Here everybody for Pep Talk Sports. I'm Joe Kraus. A couple of nights ago, the North Tonawanda Lumberjacks and the Tonawanda Warriors faced each other in the TNT Classic in its 104th consecutive year. Tonawanda entering this game with a playoff berth for the first time in 9 years. North Tonawanda entering it on a 3-game winning streak. Here are the highlights. Jacks at their own 15. Chris Ward drops back and it's picked off by Brandon Fry. Going down the sideline, he's at their own 40, past the mid-strike, and he could go all the way in for the touchdown. That's a 90-yard return by Mr. Brandon Fry. Tonawanda, after the touchdown, will take a 7-0 lead early in the first. But North Tonawanda's next possession, David Eichhorst will kick a 32-yard field goal. Bills might want to recruit him in a couple of years, and that will cut Tonawanda's lead to 7-3. So NT on their next drive. Here's Nehemiah Stone, the junior running back. He was out for the early part of the season with a torn ACL. Gets up for a few yards, and then it would be Christian Mahal, the other guy to watch on this one. Going out to the outside, up to the 25, to the 20, brought down around the 10. And then the Jacks on their next one. Up to the line they go. Jacks trying to get back into this one, down 7-3. With Stone on the outside, doing his little Marshawn impression. You didn't see that kid with the Seahawks and the Saints. Stone goes in for an 11-yard touchdown run. They would they would make the PAT, and it would be a 10-7 lead for the Jacks. The Tonawanda would come back on this one. Tristan Boyd would start his day looking at a huge jumping catch by Mr. Brandon Fry. He had an interception, and now he showed off his offensive ability. A couple plays later, Bowling would find Fry again to the outside, and he would be out at the 15-yard line. Just unbelievable hype by Mr. Fry on that one. Warriors inside the run zone. Bowling drops back to the 30, finds Fry for the touchdown. Fry making the catch, a 24-yard strike, playing him in between two defenders. He will be good, so the Warriors take a 13-10 lead. And then Christian Mahoy and the Jacks will come back. Look on this run by Mahoy, going through defenders, up to 20, still on his feet, and that will be brought down around the 5. Like we said before, keep an eye on Mahoy throughout this game tonight. Jacks at the Warriors goal line. And Warriors will fumble it, and it would be recovered by the Warriors right at their 1-yard line. So the Warriors on their 3-and-out would punt it. And you can see he kneeled his knee down, so it would be ruled a safety. Here it is again with the replay. So looking at this punt again, you can see that he kneeled down, the ref will blow the whistle. So with the safety, Tonawanda's lead is cut to 1. So the Jacks would take full advantage of the safety, and Mahoy will go to the outside for his first touchdown of the night, a 24-yard touchdown run. Mahoy would finish with 148 yards in the first half alone. The Jacks would try to go for a two-legged version, but it will be a no-go. NT up at the half, 18-13. Then in the third quarter, Tonawanda would start off with first possession, and keep an eye on number 54, Taylor Malott, as he just takes a huge hit right there. What we call an ankle snapper right there, folks. Taylor Malott would finish tonight with 6 tackles and a sack. The defense would finish with 5 sacks on the night. Next play for the Jacks, Warrior would pitch it to Tyjair Brandy, and he's going to take it down inside the Warriors' red zone, a 47-yard play. And head coach Trey Scolzio has said this season that the running game has been one of the things that the offense has been able to rely on. Next play, Warrior would hand it off to Stone. He would score his second rushing touchdown of the night, a 15-yarder. That would put NT up 24-13. So after seeing the short play for the Brandy, Bowling does the same thing, finding Tim Bernard, redeeming himself from the botched safety punt, and he would take it inside to the 10. A nice play by Bernard. So Warriors inside the Jacks red zone. And Christian Bowling would use his feet, scrambling around the outside for a 10-yard touchdown run. And then the next play, the Warriors would complete the 2-point conversion as Bowling would find Connor Palmer in the corner of the end zone as the Lumberjacks lead will be cut to 24-21. Next drive for the Jacks, Warrior hands it off to Mahoy. He's going to take it to the house on a 13-yard touchdown run. Would finish tonight with 13 carries for 151 yards and the 2 TDs. It would also leave with a dislocated shoulder. Here's David Whitecourse trying to attempt the PAT, and it would be good. So the NT's lead would now be 31-21 entering the fourth quarter. So here comes Chris Ward, struggled in the first half. He redeemed himself, finding Stone for a 45-yard touchdown pass. It would be put NT up 38-21 after that score. So the Warriors would try to keep themselves into this game. Head coach Rob Gross said they struggled a little bit during this one. And Bowling would throw it incomplete. It would be a turnover on downs, and the Jacks would take advantage of this one as Ward finds his favorite target of the season, Jake Ferry, the Wes Welker of NT, for a 37-yard strike. NT would go on to win this one 45-21 for the 13th straight year in a row. Chris Ward would finish tonight 7-14 passing for 135 yards with the 2 touchdowns in the second half, along with the interception, which actually put Tonawanda on the board first, with Brandon Fry taking it to the house. Also with the fumble recovery, which you saw earlier. Christian Hoy, again like we said, left the game with a shoulder injury. No word yet on his condition. 13 carries for 151 yards and the 2 touchdowns. Nehemiah Stone had 10 carries for 116 yards and his 2 touchdowns on the ground, along with his 45-yard touchdown catch. He would also be named the Tonawanda News Player of the Game for North Tonawanda. Brandon Fry will be named the Tonawanda News Player of the Game for the Warriors side. Jake Ferry would have 4 catches for 80 yards and the 37-yard touchdown catch for NT. And the defense had 5 sacks on the night, which head coach Troy Tulizio said he was very surprised about. He knew that they put a lot of pressure, but he was very, just to see the look on his face, he was very proud of his defense. For Tonawanda, Christian Bowling finished with 317 total yards overall. Connor Palmer had the most catches, 5 catches for 73 yards. Like we said before, Brandon Fry was named Player of the Game. Not only did he have his 90-yard catch, but a couple amazing catches, and also had 8 tackles on the day. That'll do it for us here for Pop Talk Sports. I'm Joe Kraus.